guys, and welcome to another episode of the Hobby Peeps. It has been requested to me that I do a tutorial video on pen tapping or pen drumming. Just as a little thing in school, when I get bored, I do pen drumming, and people have noticed me doing it, and because they know I have a YouTube channel, they asked me to do a little tutorial for you, so I suppose I'll do it. This kind of skill comes easy to some people and harder to other people, but hopefully if you follow along what I'm doing as I'm doing it, you'll pick it up quite quickly. It took me about a day, not even a day, but a couple of hours to learn how to do it properly. By no means am I professional in tapping or drumming, but it's just a hobby, and I don't even think I'm brilliant at it, but if you want to learn it, if you want to take it further, this is just showing you basics, and then you can move on, watch somebody else's video on how to do more advanced techniques, but I'm only covering the basics in this video. So I'll move to a new camera angle and we'll get started. Right, so now we're at a better angle. I can show you like how your hand needs to be positioned. All you're going to need is a pen, and if you're right or left-handed, this is for right-handers. I suppose the skills are transferable. You just need to hold it in opposite way to I do. So there are three parts of the drum that you can make the sound of using the pen and your hand. But I'll go over the basics of it, and then we can put them together in the rhythm. But very first thing you need to know is how to hold the pen. So this is how you hold the pen. This is what it'll look like. It does look like I'm holding it fully with my whole hand, but really, all I'm really holding it with is my index finger and my thumb. You want to hold it about 1.5 inches, 2 inches down, but it doesn't really matter. You can do it very close up or down a little bit, you know, but whatever works for you, just so your hand isn't all the way, so the pen doesn't stick out the other end. It needs to stick out the other end, so I like to do it about, so I've got an equal width on both sides. What you want to do is you want to hold it in between your index and thumb, and these fingers just need to wrap around for stability during the hi-hat, which we'll get onto later. So the first part of the drum kit that I'm going to teach you is the bass drum. The bass drum is used a lot in drum beats. It has the kind of low, very deep sound. And the way we do the bass drum is with this part of the hand here, the squidgy part, you want to hit the desk or the table or whatever you're using with that part, and you want to lift the pen up to make sure it doesn't touch. So it should only be this part contacting the table, and that's for the bass drum. And when you're doing the bass drum, you can either leave your elbow on the table like that, or you can lift it up when you're doing the bass drum, but you don't want to be lifting it up and down, so I would suggest leaving it on the table, just like that. And then you get your forearm in a little bit as well, which makes it more deep. So practice that, and once you've got that covered, and it shouldn't hurt, so once you've got it covered and it doesn't hurt, you're going to move on to the next part of the drum kit. The next part of the drum kit that we're going to learn is the hi-hat. It's the most simple part to do. Basically all you need is the nib of the pen. I'm using the back end of the pen because this has a clip on it, which makes it harder when we come to the snare. But you just want to tap it just on the table. So you want to use quite a little bit of force, but not too much. It doesn't need to be like this, but just want to lift it up and down. So you want to be practicing your bass drum and your hi-hat. And once you've got those two sounds covered on their own, you want to put them together into little rhythms. If we label this as 1, the bass drum is 1, and the hi-hat is 2, it's just 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay? Right, so I'll teach you another rhythm that you can do with only using the bass drum and the hi-hat. You want to do this rhythm along the bottom. 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2. 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2. 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2. Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like and sounds like fast, and I'll try and keep up with the rhythm along the bottom, saying it out loud. It's a little bit fast, so bear with me. Here we go. 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 1 2 2 1 2 2 1. Okay, so that's quite fast, but you can just do 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 and just carry it on until you eventually reach, like, you just speed it up and speed it up and speed it up until you can get it as fast as me. And possibly faster. So now we come to the final part of the drum kit that we're going to make the sound of. It is probably the hardest using a pen, but I'm sure you'll get it after a few tries. Okay, so we're going to take advantage of the fact that we're only holding it with our index finger and our thumb, and these three are just curled round. And the way we do it is, when you go down to the table, the pen needs to be completely levitated. What you want to do, say you've just come out of a hi-hat, you want to let go with your three fingers as you're going down and strike the table with the whole length of the pen. Okay, so we'll show you that again in slow-mo. We're going to bring it down, open out our fingers and hit the table with the whole length of the pen, just like that. So it's like kind of a slap. Can you hear the difference? Okay. When you bring it back up, you want to bring it up and get these three fingers under it to stop it from slipping out of your fingers. Because sometimes if I just go, it can stay down, then it's hard to grab it. Because if you're doing a fast rhythm, you need to be able to grab it fast. So you want to, as soon as it comes off, you want to link these three fingers under the pen. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how to do a beat using the bass drum, hi-hat and snare. Okay, all together, mixed around. Now, if you didn't quite catch how to do one of the parts of the drum kit, you want to go back to the place where I taught you how to do it and just keep replaying it over and over until you get it perfect, okay? So, the drum beat goes, if we name the bass drum 1, the hi-hat 2, like we've been doing, and the snare 3. You want to do this rhythm. 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 3. Okay, and that is a basic rock beat. It will go with many songs. For instance, Highway to Hell by AC/DC, the greats. So it will be, I'm on the highway to hell. Okay, so, but then what you want to do, because you've played it 3 times, they add in a fill. But because I don't have cymbals on this pen, would be pretty cool if I did, but because I don't, I'm just going to add the bass drum in the place of the cymbals, so it would sound like this. I'm on the highway to hell, highway to hell. Okay, once you've got that, we'll move on to our next beat. This beat is quite hard to do. It takes a lot of practice. Because I am a drummer myself, as you know, it comes quite easily to me, but it might not come as easily to you. So just watch it over and over until you actually get it. Okay, so this, I'm not going to be able to say this out loud, but I will say it out loud slowly. 1 2 2 2 3 2 2 3 2 2 1 2 3. 1 2 2 2 3 2 2 3 2 2 1 2 3. So now I'm going to do it fast. I'm not going to say it out loud because it's too fast to say. Alright, so here we go. 1 2 3 4. Okay, so you can mix up the bass, hi-hat and snare in any pattern, and as long as it sounds good, then, you know, just have fun. You know, post your beats. You can just post it as numbers in the comments. But have fun, learn it. You can rewatch this video if you didn't quite get any of the parts, and I hope that you enjoy doing this when you're bored. It's really fun that you can make a drum kit out of just something as simple as a pen and, you know, that bit on your hand. But I hope you enjoyed it, and peeps out.